Hey folks, my name's Christine, as Steve mentioned, and Steve and Christiane, thank you so much for your hosting, and also to all the organizers for bringing us all together this evening, and for the entire weekend. I've been really excited seeing the posters around my neighborhood lately. I'm like, yeah, stop the pipelines, no pipelines. And actually, a couple of summers ago, I was able to spend a lot of time at the beach, in particular a bunch of beaches around the Burrard Inlet here. And I basically, aside from hanging out at the beach all the time, which was pretty great, I got to interview a lot of people who were hanging out at the beach as well, and just talking to them about the beach and why they might have gone there, and what they thought about the tar sands tankers in the inlet, and all of that. And so this chapbook, which I'll just read a little bit from, and then you get to hear Rita Wong, I believe. It might sound like it's a little bit all over the place, and that's because it's basically quotes from different people that I interviewed, or also excerpts from Kinder Morgan news releases. So we'll see how this goes. And it's dedicated to the collaborators. 1. We listen to water. We go float in it. The ocean makes us giggle. We giggle when we're in it. But no matter how advocacy demands our sketches, the future is far from shapeless, already flush with months, minutes, and here's something. Assholes. It has power, movements, press releases. And it's full of soundtracks to make you feel you've just seen a movie. Like your life is something hard to leave, like a supertanker. Interim service begins on Mid-Continent Express pipeline. Kinder Morgan announces open season for crude oil shipments on Cochin pipeline. Louisiana pipeline in service. Rockies Express pipeline begins service on Rex East. Kinder Morgan completes first commercial shipment of biodiesel in U.S. Linger on Plantation pipeline. 2. There are many ways to feel, and the way to feel doesn't matter exactly. Kinder Morgan announces closing of Makeout. El Paso acquires more interest in Colorado Interstate. Fish on Rocks, gas company. Kinder Morgan and Energy Transfer place all of Mid-Continent Express pipeline into service. Kinder Morgan throws sticks to acquire gas treating assets from Crosstex. Kinder Morgan begins biodiesel shipments for our doggies on Oregon pipeline. 3. About a mine site, Pit Nothing Power, watching tractors build moats to keep us from running for miles through bitumen and tailing lakes, crossing high voltage lines obvious as fog drizzle. To keep us from stopping anything more, which was little but televised, so something of trouble. It's not a thing to write about from the ground. From a helicopter, maybe. Or a big city building with satellites on the rock skip roof. Especially if you're paid to do it. You can begin to say things that make the story about something other than people in yet another mode of gasping. Kinder Morgan completes natural gas acquisition, receives PHMSA authorization to operate new pipelines, honored by EPA for participating in Natural Gas Star program. Last leg of Rockies Express pipeline completed, all 1,679 miles in service. Kinder Morgan and Capano Energy announce new Eagle Ford Shale pipeline project. El Paso to present Starshot at RBC Capital Markets MLP conference. Kinder Morgan promotes natural gas executives. Kinder Morgan announces closing of underwriters' over-allotment option. El Paso expects continued growth. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for coming out here. Thank you very much to everyone who's working stuff equipment.